It's a video on stakeout and auto point selection. So you got your mode on or off. If you want to use it, of course, you're going to turn it on. Your selection method, right now it's on nearest. We'll just start out with that, I guess, because we don't really have a stakeout list. And that one's asking for a list, and the third one's asking for a list. This one is not. So basically with it on nearest, whatever points are on the screen is going to, what are we doing? We don't care about that. Let's delete that. Stakeout, toolbox, auto point selection, nearest. And where's my rover? Okay. That's an important part of the operation. All right, there we are. So we're on stakeout and we're on nearest. Now, I don't have anything selected yet, but as soon as I pick the first one, we'll start with 76 here. Just a center a column. 76, there we are. Pretty close. I don't have any grades on these, so it's not really giving me a cut or fill. We're there. We're within 1,000th and 8,000th north and east. We'll hit measure. As soon as we do that, I guess there's actually one right on top of this, so that's why it's still showing us in the, it's going to 0.263 now. So these are actually block references. I'll show you what I mean. I think there's two at every point there, so there's one there and there's another one right on top of it. But anyhow, we staked both of those and hit measure on both of them, and what it does is it goes to the next nearest one. So if we go over here to this one, and I know we ain't close, but we're going to take a shot right here. And what it's going to do after we store this one, it is going to jump us immediately and auto select that one. So let's just hit measure. And it says we're outside of northing easting tolerance. Do you want to continue to stake out or accept it? If you hit continue, it just keeps staking it out and you can move around and dial it in closer. I know we're 11 feet off, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So we'll hit measure and we'll accept it. And what it's going to do is it's going to jump to, oh yeah, the other one there, of course. I keep forgetting we got two. Accept that one. Then it jumps to that one. And of course we got a double dose at every one there. Anyhow, so pretty slick little deal there. If you want to look back at your stakeout data, you can, of course, and tap and hold on one of these. There they are. Shows you where you staked out 0.76. That _1 is saying you staked it out for the first time. If you stake it out again, it'll say 76 _2 and 3 and 4. So if the layout gets wiped out 15 times, you can show all the 15 different cuts you had or all your values for all the stuff. So if you pick on it, shows your stuff, created, updated, all that good stuff. Shows all your stakeout data, CQ position for when you're actually doing it, stakeouts, 8,000ths. There's your easting, there's your northing deviation. We got no Z value on them. So anyhow, that is nearest. Now auto point selection, and if you do next from list, we don't have a list right now, so it says empty point list. But we can make a list. Let's do this. Toolbox, right arrow, stakeout list, select points for stakeout list. We can pick these 1, 2, 3 at a time if we want to, whatever. Let's just go ahead and do that. 52, and we'll do 53, and we'll do 54. Or if you wanted to, you could get a whole mess of them by doing this right here, hitting this guy. It's a little window, and we'll pick the bottom left and the top right. And we'll say, get all those right there, put it in there. That was pretty crazy there. But we'll say check, and let's just call it columns. Columns. I think I'm blowing its mind with the meeting here, but anyhow. Let's see. So home, stakeout list manager, there we go. Columns, we made it. 0% is done. If you want to see what's actually inside of it, you can look at that, and it's got 52, 53, and all the other 10 billion points there. I just picked a whole mess of them, but yeah. So if you go to Stakeout and you go to Toolbox and you say Auto Point Selection, we're going to do next from list. Now this is going to do it in the order of the points on the list. So if it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even if you're close to 4 or 3 or 5 or 1 or whatever, it's not going to jump you over to it. It's going to go to the next one in the list in order, basically. So we'll do that. And we'll go over here to it. And we'll get somewhat close to it. And we'll jump him over here. We'll just call that good enough, even though it isn't. We'll say measure. So we're on 52 now. So that's the first one in that list. If we hit measure, it jumps to 53, as you can see. So it's just a quick way to keep this baby, basically keep your field work kind of flowing pretty quick. And you ain't got to hit as many buttons, and why not use it? Hit measure on 53. So we're on 53 now. Measure it, and it jumps to the next one, 54. You get the point. We'll act like this is good enough for him right here. And we'll say measure. And what it does next is it goes to the next one on the list. So it's not nearest, it's that one over there, which is number 2. So if we go to home and we go to Stakeout List Manager, it still says 0 because we ain't really made it past 0.5%, I guess, but it shows you the ones we've done here, 52, 53, 54, and a whole mess of them there. So as you start doing the rest of these and getting them done, it'll show you what kind of percentage you're done with all your stuff there. If you go to Stakeout and Auto Point Selection and you do nearest from list, it's going to use the same list, and it's just going to take you to the one that's closest to you. So we're on 241 right now. Looks like we're pretty close. We'll hit measure, and you can see it already jumps over to this one right here. So we'll scoot him up here to 41 and get somewhat close here. And you don't have to do this. You don't have to go into Stakeout and measure, but the benefit of hitting measure as opposed to just laying it out and not recording any data, one, it will show you, it's going to show you all these cool green checks. So when you walk out there the next day, you can see where you left off and what's done. And also, if you lay it all out and you're proud of your hard work, and they say you didn't lay it out, and maybe they wiped all the layout out, you can show them the layout data here. So you can tap and hold on all these and click on it, and it shows you basically when you laid it out right there, and shows you all your positions. So you got all your Stakeout data, how close you was. Of course, that'd be 100 by 100th or 0 if you're really laying out some really tight stuff. And if I had some grades on there, it'd show me a cut. So you got your cut info. You can, somebody ask you about that. Anyhow, the next from the or the nearest from the list is handy because it just keeps going through the stuff there. So you ain't got to click on any points, any of that. As soon as you stake one out and hit measure on it, once you get it dialed in, it just leapfrogs the next one that's closest to you. Of course, I got 2 on top of each other here. That's why it keeps going to the same one. And then it'll jump over to that one. So pretty handy tool. It's cool if you got, an imported text file or whatever, and just rock and roll. So hope that helps.